The end to a free decade of Netflix.
Between 8 and 10 years ago I received an email welcoming me to Netflix. That was a bit concerning since I hadn't signed up, so I contacted the company. They told me someone must have accidentally used my email when they created an account. Our last names were the same and our first initial. I said, "Oh, no problem, you must have additional contact information for them besides my email. Could you please remove my email from the account and let them know so they can fix?" Well, immediately that was a big problem for Netflix, and well, no, they couldn't remove the email because it was the only one they had for the account, and how did they even know that it was mine? I said, "Give me your email address and start talking. I will email you the words as they come out of your mouth." That wasn't good enough for proof somehow. More likely I was in the other person's Gmail account asking to not have Netflix.
What they finally ended up doing was changing the account password so that when the customer went to log back and they wouldn't be able to and would need to do a password reset by calling Netflix, and then they would confirm the email address. I kept getting Netflix email, so that didn't work. I called again, same again, didn't work. I changed the password several times myself because I could use the forgot password function and get an email to reset it. That didn't work. I don't know how they kept getting the new password without updating an email address, and I didn't really care at this point. For the last 8 to 10 years I have had Netflix on everything I own. I have signed in on hotel televisions, used it on my phone, my Xboxes, my kid uses it. I only ever signed in under family and told him to do the same. The entire history in family is us. The other logins, Fred, Softy, and Lila, accumulated history. I would occasionally look because, curious.
Never did a single new show appear in the family watch history that wasn't because of me. Well, I woke up this morning to an email from Netflix telling me that this email address was no longer associated with that account and if I had any questions, etc. Thank you, Softy. It has been an amazing run and I am not sure why you gave me free Netflix for the last decade, but I think you are amazing.
TLDR, I asked Netflix to remove my email address from an account that was not mine that I did not pay for. They would not because they needed to have an email associated with an account. It stayed that way for 10 years and I used the account for free.
I've got this same problem with my email tied to some little old lady's home shopping network account. She's recently taken up watercolors. I'm glad she's got a hobby.
I've gotten Cheryl's cookies in the mail every holiday for the last 2.5 years. They're being sent to the right address. No one by that name has ever lived here. I've done everything I can to try and correct the issue, but I stopped worrying around the 5th delivery. Looking forward to my Easter cookies next week.
Sounds like you did everything you could to correct the mistake and neither the account holder nor Netflix did anything to fix it. As far as I'm concerned, you were in the clear to use their Netflix. Good for you.
Presumably they had a device that was logged in and never once lost access and therefore never needed the password. Kind of impressive. Would have been funny to change all of the icons to change your phone email. Oh, guy logged into Disney Plus a few days ago after being away from it for a week or two. I binged WandaVision and was about to start Falcon plus WS. And I noticed that the first episode had already been watched. Huh? I then noticed a bunch of shit had been watched that was not in my sphere of interest. I then noticed a whole new profile when I backed out. I panicked, changed my password, logged out of everything. LMAO. Sorry, Daniel. I bought a car from a salvage yard. Hail damaged salvage title ECT. Third car I've bought from them. If the car has XM radio, they pay for a year subscription when you buy. A year later, you sign up or the radio goes dead. Except I guess, since they deal in a lot of these salvages, they just buy a blanket license from XM and remove sold vehicles from the database for next YRS. Subscription. My last car was never removed. 0.5 years later, still free XM. We had a similar issue with Comcast and Wi-Fi. Not sure who was paying our bill, but it sure as hell wasn't us. And we tried. Not quite as entertaining as op here, but at a job I had more than 10 years ago they gave me a pay card, debit card, where my checks were automatically deposited. After I quit the job I prepaid an exact amount for gas one day and used up every last penny on the card, bringing my balance to $0. Not too long after that they sent me a monthly balance statement in the mail letting me know I had $0 left on the card. Waste of paper, but if it makes the company happy, more power to them, I guess. A month later another one came in the mail. $0. Next month another. Finally I tried to log into my online account that I was fairly certain I never had with them, and it didn't recognize my email or password. I called customer service. I let them know I drained every last penny off the card. Didn't have the job anymore, so no more money would ever go on that card, and I've even chopped up the card and threw it away. They keep wasting paper to tell me what I already know. Please stop sending me that paper. They told me in order to stop the papers being sent I would have to log in online and choose the paperless option. I told them I never signed in online. And when I tried it just to be sure, it didn't recognize my information and I had no way to stop it. They told me they could cancel it for me over the phone if I gave them my password for the account, the one that didn't exist. I've received a piece of paper monthly with a total of $0 for my card that expired and that I chopped into pieces back around 2008-2009. It pisses me off when companies don't use an email account confirmation, or at least follow through with the confirmation to activate the account. A few years ago someone used my email address to sign up for Expedia and was able to fully use the account, organizing trips, etc., even though I hadn't clicked on the account confirmation link. I tried contacting Expedia about this and they were fucking useless. So fuck it. Added a few filters in Gmail and it all gets promptly deleted. I don't know how they kept getting the new password without updating an email address, and I didn't really care at this point. How could this be possible? Can you change your Netflix password without clicking a recovery link in an email? With other services, this is not possible. Someone is using my email to gamble online, and I have recently thought about just calling in, changing the password and taking their earnings. But that felt wrong. Still tempting though, tears of joy. I get some guy's tax returns every year. It took several years for Quicken to figure it out. And only after I threatened to expose the fact they are disclosing his information to me after being warned. He is at fault because he keeps using the wrong email address. But I don't have his to contact him. Only Quicken. And I did. Many times. Documented. I just got my yearly email from the same dude apologizing for using my address again. I'm like, whatever. If you don't care about your privacy, then okay. I've had a pen name, a pretty generic unisex name, for close to 2 decades. I have an email account associated with this name. And I get emails from multiple countries intended for people who actually have this name. Following their lives has been very interesting. When possible, I respond to the sender and tell them about the mix-up. I managed to connect the harpist to the bride after he mistakenly emailed me with his availability for her wedding. One person has fallen on hard times in the last few years and is behind on the water bill. And they get emails from payday loan businesses, while another gets emails about his Porsche. I see all of their online orders. And I just found out that another is buying a new mattress. There's no benefit to me so far. No free Netflix or the like. I suppose if I had a criminal mind I could steal someone's identity. I can't believe the info that is shared in emails. But I don't. So I'll just keep on following their lives from afar. At least until they learn to give out their proper email addresses. I worked for Netflix many years ago. After 6 months I got a free DVD player and free account. I quit at 7 months because they were automating. It took them 6 years to shut off my account. Now I have to pay like the rest of you plebs. This is a Gmail account, right? I have been getting some other dude's emails for like 5 years. I've been canceling his Apple appointments, vet appointments, emailing his business partners to verify they are spelling his email address right since they keep sending me financial information etc. Nothing. Gmail does something fucky where like first name, last name and first name, last name are functionally the same in their system. Wait. I'm confused as to how did the password reset not work? Surely they would have been signed out from their devices? I have this same problem with PayPal. My email is literally my name and someone used my email address that has been used for my PayPal account since 2009 to open a second account. I provided documentation that it's not me, plus the sketchy transfers of money. And I still get emails for Joseph from them. Score on free Netflix though. Sad that it's the end of an era. However lol. OMG, this was my sister's account. I'm Fred. Lol. We were wondering why we couldn't change the email we called Netflix like 4 times before we finally canceled the account. Small world. Glad you got some usage out of our account though. Missed opportunity to communicate with them by changing your profile's name like my ex did when I blocked him on everything else.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epicaricast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.